Warning, this video may contain content that may not be suitable for children or anyone else that is easily offended. Strong language, graphic content, nudity, bad jokes, and a possible idiot, aka myself, may be featured in the following clip. Viewer discretion is advised. Channel is not responsible for any damages that you receive watching this video.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Zips, and welcome to Two True Scary Thanksgiving / Black Friday Stories. This video is by Mr. Nightmare, so if you haven't already, be sure you swoop down to the description box, click on that link, and go watch the video so the entirety while me pausing, stopping, talking through the whole thing. Thank you guys so much for the great support, man. Keep doing what you guys are doing, and the video will keep coming. The only thing I can think about being scary on Thanksgiving is somebody forgetting to bring the macaroni. They didn't cook the turkey right. They burnt the turkey. They forgot to bring something, and no one made ham. I'm told, boy, if you didn't make ham, you on my naughty list, bro. You're not getting nothing for Christmas, guaranteed. If anything, you're going to get a manual or instructions on how to make the ham that you did not bring. My only job is to show up and eat. That's my job, okay? Everybody else has a specific job to bring something that I may or may not like. You can keep the dressing. Sometimes dressing be okay. It just depends who makes it. Man, last Thanksgiving was crazy, dude. I remember I killed this one dude for trying to reach for my macaroni. It was crazy. Yeah, they almost caught me, but, you know, I got away with it, so that's good. No, let's get it. Story 1.
My dad has always been too nice of a guy, like a pushover. I'll just start the story with that. I don't say it for no reason. We live in uptown Chicago. We don't have a huge family, so our Thanksgiving and Christmas gatherings are always small, like less than 6 people. This was Thanksgiving night of last year, 2019. Dinner was almost done already. My dad was picking up some last-minute foods like stuffing and cranberry sauce at the corner store since we didn't have any. My mom and I started setting the table, while my brother and grandparents sat at the table.
This will get you shot. I don't know what this is, but do not bring this. I heard Chicago people put Glocks inside the turkey. Is that true? Y'all put 30-round drum clips in the turkey? But I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section. That's what I heard.
My dad finally returned, but with more than just stuffing and cranberry sauce, though. He brought someone along with him. It was this middle-aged, dirty-looking man in a green puffer jacket and black pants. He looked homeless.
Red flag.
My dad introduced the man as Stefan and said he would be joining us for dinner tonight. My brother and I exchanged surprised, uncomfortable looks. Then my mom and I did the same, and my dad started preparing the stuffing. He was telling us how he met Stefan alone in the cold streets and said we as a Christian family should do the right thing and invite him into dinner, as no one should be alone on Thanksgiving.
3 flags.
My grandma invited the man to sit with us. I could tell my mom wasn't comfortable with this as she whispered stuff in my dad's ear. Too late now, though. The man was already seated at the table.
I don't know what he talking about. It ain't too late. It's never too late. Nah, it's never too late, bro. He can still get up, bro. Fix him a to-go plate. He can get a to-go plate and go. He can get food. You just don't have to stay here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. It's never too late, bro. It's been 4 red flags already. The kids are uncomfortable, your wife's uncomfortable, and you just met him. That's 3 flags, bro. What are you talking about?
Because I could smell his clothes from across the table.
Nah, man. I'll lose my appetite.
I didn't understand what my dad was thinking with this. When all the food was finally on the table, everyone sat down and we did our prayer. My brother and grandma attempted to hold hands with Stefan, but he didn't grab their hands back. I low-key watched him as we all prayed, and he just sat there, his eyes bulgingly wide, his mouth not moving. He just sat there like he didn't want to be there. After the prayer, we all began to eat, and at least 3 of my family members tried talking to him at some point. He didn't seem friendly at all, though. His responses were very dry and one-wordish. It made the dinner a little uncomfortable. I didn't know what my dad saw in this man or why he felt comfortable bringing him into our home. I get trying to help them eat, but there was another way to do it than this. He helped himself to some food, but even the way he ate was really messy. Like his fingers were really greasy, some food got in his hair. It wasn't pleasant to watch. Now you may think I'm just trash-talking a homeless person, so let's move past that.
Nah, bro, you're not trash-talking a homeless. I keep pausing it because I hate to start the first video. Like, if the first video's rough, you know how the rest of it's gonna be. Like, the dude stink. I'm sorry, I know he's homeless, but bro, come on, bro. You can't have somebody stinking at the table, bro. Especially over the food, bro. Like, booty sweat, dookie, like, you know, like pee, you get what I'm saying? He's been outside for a while now. It would've been different if you gave him a bath and then, you know, let him come to dinner. Okay, but you can't come to the dinner with somebody stinking, bro. I know it's impolite, but I'm gonna lose my appetite, bro. I'll be at the table like, how's your ham, Stefan? Oh, that's good. excuse me, please. Like, nah, bruh, I gotta get up out of there, son.
Eventually, Stefan said, "Excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom."
Oh no.
My dad pointed him in the direction of the bathroom.
He's about to
was
blow
down
it
a
up.
half flight of stairs down the hall to the left.
He better spray.
He got up, not saying thank you, and followed the directions. Once we were sure he was out of earshot, my mom and grandparents started asking questions like, what the hell is wrong with my dad bringing that man in here?
Ooh.
My dad whispered that he felt terrible and wanted to do something right. My mom questioned how we were going to get him out of here now. My dad insisted that we were being good people though, and that we'd agree eventually. We continued eating, till my brother asked, "Where is he? He's been gone a while." We all agreed it was strange. So my dad went down the stairs to the bathroom to look.
And he found this.
There's shit everywhere!
Came back up a few seconds later saying he wasn't in the bathroom. My grandma's looked very distressed as my grandpa started cursing in Italian. My brother, my dad, and I started checking the whole apartment. My dad was calling Stefan's name the whole time. We checked all the bedrooms, all the closets. Somehow he wasn't anywhere. However,
Bruh.
the window in my parents' room was open, enough for someone to climb through. So we assumed the obvious. My mom came in yelling at my dad that this is what happens for him being stupid and letting a potentially dangerous person into our home.
He need his ass kicked.
We all had to agree, sadly. My dad closed the window, and we tried to go about the rest of our dinner normally. But of course, the whole time we talked about the bizarre encounter. After dinner, we had dessert. Then eventually my grandparents left. The four of us cleaned up the table and dishes. A couple hours later, everyone dispersed to their rooms for bed. I'm being very loose with the time frame because this was almost a year ago, but I believe it was another hour later that I finally turned off my TV for bed.
Uh-oh, he's in his room.
The silence in the room allowed me to hear it. The breathing. I heard it in my room. Not my breathing. I was frozen stiff. I didn't even want to move or sit up. I didn't know where exactly in the room it was coming from.
It don't
I
matter.
just looked for the door to my room, trying to sum up the courage to run. I heard the faintest shuffling sounds, like of the fabric of a jacket, and I heard, almost in my ear, shh. And
I call it cap, bro, because if that dude was stinking, I'm pretty sure y'all would have smelled him still in the house. Like, am I right? Like, if you in the bed, you about to go to sleep. What the? Like, come on, bro. He don't smell like roses. I'm pretty sure you smelled him in the room.
hand pressed down on my neck. That's when the
Oh, he
scream I'd
touched
been
him.
building up exploded out of my mouth as I literally sprang out from the bed and into the hall calling for my dad.
I would have whipped his ass.
Everyone came out from their rooms and looked down the hall toward my room when I said Stefan's in there. Shockingly, Stefan stepped out from my room, looked at us, and walked out the front door as my dad yelled at him to get out. Of course, without getting physical because he's a big softie. Stefan was long gone by the time police finally showed up. The police said the important thing was that he left and none of us were hurt, and now just to make sure to lock the door and windows. They took our description of Stefan and they left. I like to think my dad learned his lesson from that.
I would
You
hope
can't
so.
trust everyone you meet.
No, you can't. I think I told you guys that before, man. You can't trust people. I get it, man. There's times, like I said in the last video, there's time to be a good Samaritan. There's times you just gotta be like, yeah, you know what? Like, hey, man, stay here. I want to go home and I want to bring you a nice plate. You know what I'm saying? Don't go pick up somebody like, oh, man, he looks hungry. Let's bring him home with bulging eyes and long hair and stinky clothes. Like, just drop him off a plate, man, or drop him off at a shelter somewhere warm. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take him home with you. Now you know where he lives. And then the fact that he did all that, spied on your son, told your son, with his stank finger, well, it wasn't on his lips, but it was on his neck, so I'm kind of over-exaggerating. But still, bro, you don't know where that finger been. He probably was digging in his nose or scratched his booty cheek earlier. Like, you don't know, man. Like, I don't know. He could have got a bum bump. He was like, you got me. Well, see you next Thanksgiving. And he slowly leaves out the house like, nah, bro. Your ass is getting whooped from his room all the way out to the front door. And if you got a gate, out to the front steps, through the gate, and then you're good to go. You're just about to just walk by. Because we went looking for you, and you didn't say nothing. So I took it as you was about to kill my son. So now I'm about to show you. I'm not going to kill you, but you about to get a surplus ass whooping, 100%. Story 2, Best Buy.
For Black Friday a few years ago, I went to Best Buy. Well, technically it was midnight the night before Black Friday. My local Best Buy is always open late the night before Black Friday. I went with my best friend Taylor to look for a new laptop and maybe whatever other stuff caught my eye. We split off to look for our own things. While browsing the laptop section, someone in a blue Best Buy shirt approached me asking if I needed help. I gave him specific specs I was interested in, and he started looking around with me. He showed me one laptop he claimed he really liked, then asked me what it was I'd be doing with the laptop. I found it to be a slightly odd question, but maybe it was part of his sales pitch.
No, it's not an odd
I
question.
said just for school and general web browsing kind of deal. After this point, though, he seemed more interested in me rather than helping me. Like, he was asking a bunch of personal questions, like where I'm from, where I go to school, etc.
Now it's
I don't want
weird.
to sound self-absorbed, but I do get a decent amount of male attraction when I go out. Anyway, I started realizing he seemed to be hitting on me, and I found him overall creepy, so I reminded him politely about the laptop and that I was in a hurry. He was relentless, though. He actually asked for my phone number after that. I made it clear to him I was uninterested. Luckily, I locked eyes with Taylor, who happened to be walking over, and I mouthed the word help to her. She understood, and she came over and called my name, saying, "Come and hurry." I said, "Sorry, I have to go," to the creepy guy, and followed Taylor away.
I didn't see it as creepy because usually they ask you are you going to use it for? Because you know there's gaming laptops, there's like business type laptops, and there's just like school type laptops built for like students. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't find that weird. But when he started asking for his phone number and where he went and what school he's going to, then it kind of got a little weird. But sometimes people just like to create conversations with customers, so it wouldn't have raised red flags for some people. But then again, it was just him. He kind of probably could feel the vibes. So I usually can feel the vibes when people ask you stuff. Like, it's just the way you ask it. I can be like, "Hey, where you from?" They're like, "Oh, I'm from here." So I'm like, "Yeah, so where you from?" Like, don't you get what I'm saying? Like, it's different. Like, it's the way you say it. But Black Friday, man, if you ever decide to go Black Friday, make sure you bring equipment, bring a tourniquet in case you get injured, bring some knee pads, shoulder pads, everything that you may need, man. Bring some tactical gear, because if you get stumped, you want to try to survive or something. At least have 911 on speed dial, because if you get trampled, which usually happens 9 times out of 10 during those holidays, you get hurt. People don't play with their TVs or systems or electronic or anything like that. So bring some kind of pepper spray, maybe a taser. Don't bring nothing too lethal. I do cyber stuff. I try to catch the cyber sales. I ain't going out there. I ain't risking my life.
We walked to the other side of the store. I told her I didn't want to see that guy again. He was obsessive and creepy and didn't get the hints. We left the store after that with plans of going shopping elsewhere tomorrow. We were both starving though, so we went to the nearby diner, which is open 24/7.
I'm hungry too.
We sat at a booth and looked at the menu. The place was practically empty at this hour, except for a lone man sitting at the bar, seemingly looking at the menu as well.
The Best Buy guy.
His back was to me. I didn't notice him there 5 minutes earlier. He was in a gray jacket, but I recognized his hair. I whispered to Taylor to look at him. As we looked at him, he tried to subtly turn to look at us, but when he realized we were already staring, he looked away. It was him, the Best Buy worker. "Oh my God,
Yeah, serial
he
killer.
followed us," I whispered. "Let's go," I said, and we got up and left the diner. I hurried to my car and I drove us home to my house as fast as I could. Taylor was sleeping over that night. To put it short, eventually there were 3 slow knocks on the living room window. We both shrieked and didn't know what to do. My apartment is on the bottom floor. "It's him," we kept saying. We went to the window, but oddly couldn't see outside, like total blackness. The view of outside was blocked. We were too creeped out. We had to call the cops.
Thank you.
When we got a knock on the door from police, we immediately felt safer. So it turned out the reason we couldn't see out the window is because a shirt was hung over the window, blocking view in or outside. Not just any shirt, a blue Best Buy shirt. Pinned to the shirt was a post-it note that said, "I don't work at Best Buy, bitch." So the police recommended I file a harassment charge. But the problem was I didn't know his name or who it was. They said I could get a lawyer and get the surveillance footage from Best Buy to find the guy, but it sounded like a lot of work. I let it go, but I stayed at Taylor's apartment for a few days. I still can't believe that guy followed us all the way to my house. Some people are dangerously crazy.
So you're telling me some dude follow you from his so-called job because he didn't work there, but Best Buy somehow didn't catch on to that. It's kind of like when people dress up as Target employees and you go around the store, which is probably true because I worked at Target and I've seen people wearing stuff that I've never even seen before, like ever. You just run into people because there's so many shifts and Target is so big. You probably don't run into the same person like more than like twice. But you telling me this dude follows you home, knows where you live, went to the diner that you were eating at, and then he was getting ready to kill you and said, "I don't work at Best Buy, bitch." And then you say it's too much work to find the dude. Knowing this dude wanted your cheeks, he wanted the Gok 4000, or he wanted you inside of a body bag, and you trying to find out who he is too much work. You calling Best Buy and saying, hey, excuse me, I went shopping there on this date and this person was stalking me wearing this uniform. Do you know how Best Buy would jump on it like this? Only because their reputation is in jeopardy. Because all he had to do was go to the news and be like, hey, some fake employee was working in this Best Buy and this happened. Best Buy is about to jump on it with the quickness because they don't want people thinking, oh, Best Buy is not safe. If you come here, you're going to get stalked by our employees that somehow got past the security guards without them knowing. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. Me personally, I would have went detective, all that, bruh. I would have went back to the store. I would have replayed everything on the video. I'd be like, hey, man, look, I need this video because somebody or one of your employees were stalking me. They're like, what, one of your employees? Them. They're like, oh, well, he doesn't work here. Oh, he doesn't work here? Bet. I need your name. I'm going to corporate. Call me a Black Karen if you want to. But you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys go swoop down to that description box, click on that link, and go watch the video. So entirely want me to pause and stop and talking through the whole thing because I did talk a lot to this video. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for supporting the cause, man. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, my name is Reprisal Zems, and welcome to the Crow's Nest. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.